1934, Rome, 4 years after Uruguay's triumph. The World Cup came to Europe, but this was no ordinary tournament. This was Benito Mussolini's World Cup. Il Duce had a vision. The World Cup would not just be a tournament, it would be proof. Proof that fascist Italy was the greatest nation on earth. But the reigning champions were not coming. Uruguay refused to defend their title. The first and only time in World Cup history, they believed Europe had abandoned them in 1930. This was their answer. 16 teams. For the first time, nations had to qualify. 32 entered. 16 made it. Egypt became the first African nation to play in a World Cup. Mussolini built 8 new stadiums. He spent millions. He made sure every visiting team knew exactly who was in charge. The official poster showed a footballer in the classic fascist art style. Geometric, powerful, sculptural, football had become a weapon of the state. Italy was managed by Vittorio Pozzo, a strict disciplinarian, a tactical genius. He isolated his players for months. No distractions, no excuses. His star was Giuseppe Meazza, the greatest Italian footballer of his generation. Fast, creative, lethal, the stadium that would later bear his name was already his stage. The tournament was brutal. Italy's physical style was tolerated. Opponents complained of biased refereeing. The whispers grew louder with every match. Before Italy's semi-final against Austria, the best team in Europe, Mussolini personally visited the referee's dressing room. The message was clear. The final, June 10, 1934, Italy versus Czechoslovakia. 55,000 inside the Stadio Nazionale. Mussolini watched from the royal box. Czechoslovakia took the lead. 71st minute, the stadium fell silent. Mussolini's jaw tightened, but Italy equalized through Orsi. Extra time. Then Angelo Schiavio, a name that would echo through Italian football forever, scored the winner. Italy were world champions. Pozzo lifted the trophy. Meazza lifted the trophy, but the man who claimed the victory was Benito Mussolini. The World Cup had become his. The Italian players celebrated as footballers. Mussolini celebrated as a dictator. The line between sport and propaganda had been erased. Four years later, Pozzo did it again. Italy won the 1938 World Cup in France, back-to-back, the only European nation to ever achieve it, but the shadow never left. Pozzo's legacy is complicated. A genius of football who served a tyrant. History still argues over where one ends and the other begins. The World Cup had survived its darkest chapter. In 1938, it moved to France. The last World Cup before the Second World War would silence football for 12 years. The beautiful game had walked through a dark room. It came out the other side, but it would never be the same. Next time, on the World Cup story, France, 1938, the last dance before the war, coming soon to Positive Plays HQ.